All the laws we've passed don't count for much if they're not enforced. Rights have to exist in practice, not just on paper. Laws have to be backed up with resources and political will, and deep-seated cultural codes, religious beliefs, and structural biases have to be changed.
Well, I have said, and I believe that there's a good possibility that sometime in the next 20 years, we will have a woman president.
Hello, Spy Kitten here with another eye-opening expose. In today's video, I will be exposing one of the Illuminati's favorite political puppets, Mrs. Hillary Clinton. So let's get to it, because time is ticking and there is much to be said. As the 2016 presidential election persists, Hillary Clinton has falsely shaped herself as the candidate of the people. But let's be blatantly honest. Few and far in between secure vacation homes in the Hamptons that cost $200,000 a month, or rub elbows with the world's top elites and billionaires while still claiming to be for the people. So then, who's the real Hillary Clinton? Is she the kind and smart but stern woman we hear so much about today in the media? The woman that supports the rights of gays, immigrants, women, and people in general? Or does she resemble her Republican opponent, Donald Trump, more than she wants to admit?
I believe that marriage is not just a bond, but a sacred bond between a man and a woman.
We've got to do several things, and I am, adamantly against illegal immigrants. Certainly, we've got to do more at our borders, and people have to stop employing illegal immigrants.
What I remember most about the 64 campaign was the 64 Civil Rights Act. My dad had been a Republican all his life, and in 64 he switched. And he voted for Johnson, and he became a Democrat because Goldwater was against the 64 Civil Rights Act. Goldwater was against the 64 Civil Rights Act.
I was a Goldwater girl. I mean, really, we used to wear, little banners which said Goldwater girl. I was vocally a Republican and for Senator Goldwater.
Though hidden under many layers, the real Hillary is still the same on the inside and is a long ways away from being a nominee for all women and the people. In fact, Hillary Clinton is the first choice for corporations to become president, and the Illuminati is working overtime to keep her on that path. For decades now, the Clintons and their team have successfully built an empire so powerful that many are scared to get in the way. They have manipulated the unaware masses to their benefit, thrived off PR stunts, and have undoubtedly mastered the media spin. But what the Illuminati will fail to disclose is that unbeknownst to the public, the same people advocating and endorsing Hillary across the media stations are the very people who diligently work at firms employed by her own campaign. This includes the corporate media as a whole, from news anchors to the very owners of prominent media sources. They all have financial ties to the former First Lady and the Secretary of State herself.
And most of all, I see Americans of every party, every background, every faith, who believe that we are stronger together. black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American, young, old, gay, straight, men, women, folks with disabilities, all pledging allegiance under the same proud flag to this big, bold country that we love. That's what I see. That's the America I know. And there is only one candidate in this race who believes in that future, the next president of the United States, Hillary Clinton. That's the Hillary I've come to admire. And that's why I can say with confidence, there has never been a man or a woman, not me, not Bill, nobody, more qualified than Hillary Clinton to serve as President of the United States of America.
My name is Patricia Smith. My son, Sean, was one of 4 brave Americans killed during the 2012 terrorist attack at Benghazi. He was proud to serve his country with the United States Foreign Service. The last time I talked to Sean, the night before the terrorist attack, he told me, "Mom, I am going to die." All security had been pulled from the embassy, he explained, and when he asked why, he never received a response. Nobody listened, nobody seemed to care. The very next day, he was murdered. To this day, I don't even know why a computer guy like Sean was sent to Benghazi. We lost 4 brave Americans who made the ultimate sacrifice for the country they chose to serve. For all of this loss, I blame Hillary Clinton. I blame Hillary Clinton personally for the death of my son. That's personally. But when I saw Hillary Clinton, she sure is. She sure is. She lied to me and then called me a liar. Since then, I have repeatedly asked Hillary Clinton to explain to me the real reason why my son is dead. I'm still waiting. Sean is my son. Hillary Clinton is a woman, a mother, and a grandmother of 2. I am a woman, a mother, and a grandmother of 2. How could she do this to me? How could she do this to any American family?
This gross accusation that somehow Hillary Clinton had anything to do with the death of Chris Stevens, Ambassador. She had nothing to do with it. Worst case scenario, she didn't give a straight story afterwards. I don't care what that woman up there, the mother, has felt. Her emotions are her own. But for the country and choosing a leader, it's wrong to have someone come up there and tell a lie about Hillary Clinton. It's not true. It's logically not true. It's manifestly not true.
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. What difference at this point does it make?
The New York Times editorial board just announcing that they are endorsing Hillary Clinton for president. The editorial, which will appear in print in Sunday's paper the day before the first presidential debates, emphasizes national security and cites Clinton's experience as Secretary of State. The paper says she is better qualified to shape U.S. foreign policy than her Republican challenger, Donald Trump. The Times also backed Clinton during the Democratic primary fight.
But how? How has Hillary become one of the most prominent politicians? And why do all the corporate elites race to her with contributions and support? Well, let's discuss the very beginning of her corporate ventures. At what point do contributions become bribes, and when charities become slush funds? So in 1986, Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, was under pressure to appoint a woman to the company's 15-member, all-male board of directors. So Mr. Walton asked a young lawyer, Hillary Rodham Clinton, who just happened to be married to the governor of Arkansas at the time, where Walmart is based, to be the sole female member of the board. During her 6 years, from 1986 to 1992 as a member of the Walmart board of directors, Hillary Clinton diligently campaigned against labor unions alongside Walton and kept the common worker from getting health insurance and other benefits.
As a shareholder and director of our company, I'm always proud of Walmart and what we do and the way we do it better than anybody else.
This was a major attack on the middle class, the people who Hillary now says she's behind, and was the very beginning of her selling out to the corporate elites. Because taking care of constituents is what the Clintons do, as long as the constituents take care of them. The ties between the Clintons and the Walton family continue to this day. Alice Walton, Sam Walton's daughter, recently gave $25,000, the maximum allowed under federal law, to the super PAC ready for Hillary Clinton's use. According to Clinton Foundation's disclosures, the Walmart Foundation and the Walton Family Foundation each have given between $1 million and $5 million to the Clinton Foundation, which also includes the Clinton Global Initiative, as well as their $25 million partnership the Clintons have with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, who support the eugenic agenda, which consists of corporate lobbyists and corporate giants working on behalf of every industry from healthcare to private prisons, and even include prominent figures like President Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and of course, former President Mr. Bill Clinton himself. This exclusive list also consists of dozens of megacorp cronies, such as superdelegate Tonio Burgos, a Pfizer lobbyist and a Clinton fundraiser subordinate, as well as superdelegate Jeff Berman, former top lobbyist for the Keystone XL pipeline. In fact, Berman is currently even paid off by the Clintons to round up other superdelegate votes for them. And sadly, these are just a few of the many. In fact, 5 months before even the first caucus or primary, Clinton already secured to hold about 500 superdelegate votes. In other words, other candidates like Bernie Sanders had no chance before he even decided to run, regardless of the popular vote of the American citizens. In 2016, this unelected nobility is more crucial than at any other time. And what's worse is that many of these superdelegates double up as the Electoral College voters. Clearly, the Democratic Party decided that letting the public choose the nominee would field weaker candidates for corporate America. This process undoubtedly serves to undermine the outsider candidate, thus keeping the president always an Illuminati insider. This is the reason that 99% of all presidents are part of the same selected bloodline. So essentially, the Clinton Foundation's large donor base consists of a motley crew of criminal corporations and police state monarchies. It's a win-win relationship, and one that constantly continues to grow. The Clintons get massive financial support to run their political machine, while the contributors get all the perks of a loyal advocate in the position of power. The corruption of the Clinton campaign is unfathomable, and the most telling sign speaks for itself. 181 donors to the Clinton Foundation simultaneously lobbied the State Department while she was in charge as the Secretary of State. Do you really want her to be the face of America? Well, we might not have a choice. From superdelegates to corporate giants, the voters have little to no control. It's all just a craftily planned illusion. And maybe, just maybe, the American people are tired of being sold out.
People should and do trust me.